Well, hi, I'm in my local Target store in Hornsby, Westfield, and I was at the checkouts today and I saw down on the shelf a little Thomas toy. It was a very special Thomas toy because I noticed it had been personalised in a very particular way. I knew straight away that little toy would belong to someone who was a very big Thomas fan. So I picked it up, I gave it to Bridget, the lovely lady, the front door lady here at Target in Hornsby. I know Bridget very well, and I explained to her this Thomas toy is very special to someone. To explain to you the Thomas toy that I found, it was actually a Trackmaster 2 Thomas toy. It had very particular stickers on it and it was obviously a very special toy for someone. I said to Bridget, please make sure this gets put away. I was trying to save it from someone else picking it up. And the very, very good news is, within about 5 minutes of me finding the toy, the mother came back to the store and the little boy was crying, a little 2-year-old boy bawling his eyes out, and he was able to get his Thomas toy back. I mean, the biggest fear there is, and I've been through it myself, sometimes when your children lose their toys, you just don't know where they've lost it. You know, they've put it down somewhere and you may have been on a big shopping trip, bang, it's gone. Now, the best thing about Thomas toys at the moment, there's actually a new style of take and play, although they're not take and plays, they are Thomas Adventures. I've never done an in-store thing like this before. There we go. And they're very cheap. It's a $6 toy in Australia, probably half that in the USA. But they look just like take and plays, and often you have to look very carefully to see where they are. In that group there, they're the Thomas Adventures toys there. And the take and plays are all around it. So you have to look very carefully. The other good news is, and this is not an ad for Target in Hornsby, is they finally got the glow-in-the-dark Thomas Minis. The problem with this toy was it appeared after Christmas, so it should have been in the store before Christmas. But anyway, had a good chat to Bridget about that little Thomas toy, and it was a good news story in the end. In a funny way, that mum and that little boy were very lucky that someone like me noticed that toy, because I knew straight away that was a very, very special Thomas toy. And thank goodness it's gone back to its rightful owner. Yes, you have to look very carefully here. The Thomas Adventure ones are there. So they're a $6 toy and it's surrounded by, a $9 take and play toys. But I tell you what, I'm finding out those toys are actually pretty awesome. And while I am here in Target, let me just show you some of the Thomas stock on the shelves, and I might have a few things to say. I noticed that the Trackmaster Thomas toys, notice how many Tobys there are? I mean, I think everyone knows maybe Toby's not that popular. Moving along to where the take and plays and the few Thomas Adventure toys that have appeared, there's not many on the shelves yet. There's some light up Thomases there, which are pretty awesome. I noticed the Thomas one's hard to get. Chuckle, I wonder why. And then we've got a bit of Thomas Wooden there, some more take and plays. I noticed these aren't really moving. So I wonder what's going on here. I mean, you just see, reams and reams of these toys. I think I know why Mattel are cheapening up this brand. And then, of course, we move across to the Thomas Mini stuff, which is pretty awesome. What I've noticed is there's bunches of Thomas Minis, which are basically 2016 stuff, and it's just all mixed bags now. It's all sorts of stuff. I mean, you probably find the good ones have been taken out. Chuckle. That's an excellent playset there. There's a bit of a ringing thing here, as you often see. Whatever that is there, and of course, ones like this, ones like that. This looks pretty cool as well. It's a new thing. Those playsets there, there's the music that's going to give me DMCA. A bit of that, a bit of Trackmaster, blah blah. Okay. That's a good set there. I mean, it's all good set, and there's more of those. I think this is a new toy. Look at that one there. Do we really need talking toys? I know Toby's not going to be popular, and going along here, it's sort of like a mixed bag again in this in-between shelf business here, and babies dump stuff. You know how it works. And this one here, I see Thomas, but where's that wheel, Mr. Mattel? Hey, and toys like this for very young Thomas fans. And right down the bottom shelf here, it does continue on. More stuff like, it's a bit of a mixed bag, isn't it, really, the way it's been laid out? There's no structure to it. This very strange Tidmouth Sheds take and play, which is almost like, well, it's a bygone thing. It's a new thing, but it's almost been, superseded already. How many bays in that? 1, 2, 3. Obviously, there's been cost cuttings going on Sodor Island. I don't know how you're going to fit all the engines into 3 bays. Goes along there. I'm actually crawling on the ground here now, looking like a baby. If someone sees me, I think, God, he's a madman. Look at this toy here. That looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? Some sort of nightlight thing. Well, there's another DMCA from the channel. Okay, more of those. They look great, grouped up like that. And the play wheel, blah blah, which has got the gold mini hiding away. Yeah, I'm noticing they don't really sell that well. I think they're a bit overpriced. I think the lure of the gold mini isn't that great. If I pull back like this, we get to see what is actually quite an extensive Thomas Island. There's actually a playset. The last one I'm going to take a look at up the top there. This is a playset that I never purchased for a couple of reasons. It's a bit of a one-trick pony playset. Had a grubby looking Thomas on it, and I noticed that this playset just sits here forever, no matter how low the price goes. I wasn't even tempted to touch that playset. Sure, I'm a Thomas collector. I like to have every Thomas in the block, but sometimes you just got to let it pass. I better stop here before the mall cops come and chase me out of the centre here, or some Target staff say, get out of here with your camera. At least we had a good news story for once. Not often that happens on my channel. Hey, listen to this. I just slipped over to the Kmart to show you the Thomas stock here. Oh my goodness me. Very different to Target. Let's take a look. I'm not even going to go in detail what's there, because I think you can see it from what is being shown on the video here. It's a little bit tragic, but then again, it's better than nothing, I dare say. Going right down to the bottom here, some sort of weird hippo thing in the middle there. Okay, that's what they've got. What is strange in Kmart is they've got this little booklet here about Thomas Adventures, and saying about the new tracks and new engines and adapter things there. I did get some of the playsets, but there was no adapter things in the playsets, so maybe I need one of these. And what is very eerie is there's no Thomas Adventures stuff here apart from that pamphlet. You know, sometimes it just doesn't make sense. What I see in store, it just doesn't make sense. Since I recorded this video back in the middle of February 2017, there has been a lot of moving and shaking going on in the Thomas & Friends toy aisle. We seem to be moving from the empty peg syndrome of 2016 into a much greater supply of Thomas & Friends toys. It seems Thomas & Friends Adventures is really being pumped onto the pegs. The move away from the awkward monopole dumb magnet is a fantastic thing. The new coupling system that Thomas & Friends Adventures has is very good. And there's some very interesting and refreshing Trackmaster 2 Thomas & Friends characters getting about now. All these changes are much appreciated, and it does feel like the Thomas & Friends toys are getting back on track. Sorry for the pun. Very soon on my channel I'll be doing a giveaway related to the crisis of Toby not selling, and we're going to try and work out why Toby doesn't sell and maybe try and fix this for the Mattel company. I think my audience would give Mattel some fantastic suggestions to change Toby from being a peg sitter into being a peg winner. My simple advice to you, and I've looked at lots of Thomas & Friends toys over the years, is if you see Thomas & Friends Adventures toys, go and buy some. I'm sure Mattel will love me for saying it.